Testing, testing, testing. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hey there, besties. Actually, I probably should play this. I actually have that play in the background. Because, child, good morning, good morning, good morning. Shout out to anyone that is here. I see you. I appreciate you. Please make sure you hit the like button for me. Subscribe if you are new. Why? I know you're like, why are you doing this? What is this about? Well, shout out to Generation X. You already know. Y'all already know. Okay. Good morning, Lawrence. That, I'm Generation X. Most of y'all are Generation X. And these people who are of other generations, all they do is whine, complain, and blame, and just conjure up all this mess in their daggone head as to why Generation X grandparents. This is what I'm hearing because I was on the talk. Shout out to the talk. If you know, you know. I was on the talk looking for other content. And then, of course, this came up because all they do is complain. Now, even before complaining about, their parents and their kids' grandparents, that is their parents and how their parents aren't good grandparents and stuff like that. They complain about the eggs is high, the milk is high, they can't go here, they can't go there, this is too hard, oh my God, these men, what are we gonna do? I am woman, hear me roar, I can't take it, help me pay my bills, I can't go and get anything, but I'm gonna go get this latte, I can't afford to live, but I'm gonna go on vacation, I can't afford the rent, but I'm gonna go do this, I can't afford this, and I'm gonna go do that, right? Morning, BT. It's always something. It is a complaint. It is a whine. And it is a sign that they are just overgrown children, and mostly women. Don't think that there are no men, males, whatever, but there's mostly women, of course. And it's the nerve of them to keep saying that Generation X doesn't take accountability. Generation X doesn't take accountability whilst complaining about their own lives. Like, these people do not realize that they are adults. I think they may need to look the word up. That probably is the problem. I'm telling you, these people do not know what words mean. And then they get something that they hear from someone else, and then they just run with it. Because you know how we talk about victim Olympics? Let me tell you something. These specifically, I don't even know if it's millennials or if it's low. I'm gonna say lower end millennials, but Charles, toss them all in there, even if y'all are here. Sorry for your luck if you're taking strays, but I've had enough. But definitely Generation Z. We were told we did what we were told. Y'all don't ever do what you told. Y'all don't ever do what you're told. Then there would be a lot less single moms than it. Than it is. Oh, let me put my headset on. My bad. There'd be a lot less single moms than what it is, which is why you're complaining about your parents not watching your Crumb Snatchers. But your parents watched us. Your parents. Why are y'all worried about what happened way back when your ass wasn't even, you couldn't even talk. You barely could walk. That's none of your business. This be the problem with so many things is that they always looking back on some ish to complain, but they don't look back on no ish to change. Let me explain. So what they want to have changed is what they can get for their benefit. Okay. So I want my grandparents, or I want my parents to watch my kids. I want my parents to give me money. Let me rephrase. I want my parents to give me free babysitting services. I want my parents to be the whole village and no one else, even though I got all these friends and I got what is it called for Thanksgiving? Friendsgiving. I got Friendsgiving. I got girlfriends out the wazoo. I got all these people from college. I'm in a sorority and a fraternity, and I got this and I got that. But all of a sudden, then after all the fun stuff, now y'all want to come back around and be like, you told us what to do. Child, are we now responsible for the economy too? So we are responsible for the economy as well. While y'all complain about prices, but you won't stop freaking spending. You talk about capitalism, but you won't stop capitalizing. You talk about this, you talk about that, and then you still whine and complain. You're an adult. At least you're supposed to be. You're supposed to be an adult. It's interesting how they can find ways to get up and get out and run off at the mouth and spend all this money and buy all this expensive stuff and think somebody's supposed to take care of them, but can't be responsible, can't save a dime, can't take care of your own damn kids, can't work with the person that you had the kid with in order to build a life. Why don't y'all do that? See, so you don't want to listen, you don't want to hear, because then that means that you need to do something. And instead of doing something, it's easier for you to complain and blame someone else, which is typical women bullshit. Shout out to the LTMs, effeminate men that follow along with this ish, blaming your life choices on somebody else because something got hard. I don't understand that your life is not supposed to be easy all the time. Roll with it, okay? Shit happens. That's a whole thing. Shit happens. Shit happens. Oh, Chris is here in his feelings. Oh, poor thing. Oh, whine, complain. So this generation, probably stupider, is going to sit up here and tell me about my life and how I'm supposed to respond. So he's all in his feelings so much, just like the rest of them. He's proven the point right here. He proves the point right here. So because I didn't live when I lived, then I don't know anything. These people don't even look at a book. You MFers don't even know how to read. All you do is have that electronic device in your hands and you don't even use it. You don't even use it for good. You use it to whine and complain and to get onto shows so you can whine and complain, to get on TikTok and all the rest so that you can whine and complain and you can look crazy and blame and get your crew together so you can say, wham, poor thing, it's so hard. It's so hard. I'm such a baby. I'm such an immature child, even at the age of 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33. Like, when do y'all grow up? See, and when somebody try to tell them, they always push him back, but then we'll say, no one told us. We did what we were supposed to do. All y'all do is complain. All y'all do is complain with lattes in your hand, these vacations that, what the hell? We ain't take no vacations at 21, 22, and 23 to Dubai. Then you get stuck over there and you're about to be in front of the firing squad. That's not a Generation X over there. We ain't sitting up here worrying about, talking about, we need Ma'am Danby to give us free daycare. We need someone to give us free Pampers. We need someone to give us free this, because all y'all want is for someone to do everything for you while you do nothing except for what the hell it is that you want to do. Then you turn around and shit on your damn parents who probably provided you a home, some heat, electricity, in a room, in a bed, in school, and you aren't thankful at all for anything. The most ungrateful amount of people in the daggone world. Oh my God, I want something for free. I want someone to take care of me, like the babies you are.
We like free stuff. So we came out here to get all this free stuff. But then the car saying, you can't get the free stuff. What? Cause the people want to take it. And how y'all gonna take some stuff that ain't even yours? It's free.
So I got my 2 baskets and took the bus or whatever.
Wait a damn minute.
We get down here, we get some free stuff.
We're already in a recession. Times are hard. Why not just let us get the items and invest and be okay? We are Black women. We care about our crown. Why not give back to the community and let us get the product? The tools, any other eviction.
So now all of a suddenly Chris won 2 companies and he don't need shit, but he up at 6:48 in the morning in a freaking random damn YouTube live. This is what these people do too. They just lie. Liars. Like someone is so stupid to believe any of this. No person that runs 2 companies, real companies, making real money, doing real shit, is on fucking YouTube at 6 something in the morning in a random daggone live stream. Child, go on somewhere, child. He's definitely one of those damn Gen Zs or whatever it's called. But let's go ahead and see what these dummies are supposed to be. So a millennial.
Millennial.
A millennial.
Millennial.
It's called dictionary, okay, Chris? I know y'all don't know nothing about a dictionary, an encyclopedia, thesaurus, or anything like that. We had those things in our homes. You all don't have anything, okay? All you do is have that damn thing in your hand to complain. So it says down here, millennials, a person born in the 1980s or the 1990s, especially in the US, a member of Generation Y. Yeah, the question definitely is why. Millennials are facing a deep economic crisis. Oh, wow. Wow. Shout out to Young Riaz in the building. My parents are a late Gen X. Shout out to them and shout out to you, boo. Appreciate you. So millennials, 80s and 90s. Let's see what what's the other one? Generation X or Generation Z. Generation Z. I don't know what they're called. What are they called? What are they called? They're called millennials. What is Generation Z called besides whining, complaining, baby ass babies? Generation Z. Generation Z.
Generation Z.
Another term for Gen Z. What does Generation Z mean? Generation Z is the name for the generation of children after millennials, still children, act like children, sound like children, and won't grow up. Born in the late 1990s and early 2000s. All right, so Generation Z. What are they called? Zesty? So, all right, so that's the definition of these people who all they do is whine. All they do is whine. Not all. If it doesn't apply, let it fly. Clearly it applies to Chris. So that's why he's in here whining. So I am a grown woman whining like a child calling other people babies. Get therapy. Oh, Chris wants to spend his free time here with me. All right, hang out then, because all views matter. Let's hear what y'all bitch asses have to say.
Miserable and selfish generations I think we have walking on this planet right now. And like this whole village conversation that's happening, like, where's the village? Where's the village? So my Gen X bitch ass parents had 4 kids together. There's 6 of us in total though. Their baby boomer mothers raised us, okay? And what's also funny is that
that's called jealousy. That's called jealousy because all these people want to do is to look back on what would benefit them. They're not looking back to think about what struggles that their parents were going through. Oh, no, none of that. Because all of a sudden, once you're out of the house, you don't give a damn about home. You don't give a damn about your parents. All you care about is yourself. So completely skip. This is the typical ingrates that you all are. Okay. You whine and complain. You want to give credit to your grandparents, which is fine because I give credit to mine as well. So you're trying to tell me that your parents had you and I mean, if they did, that's your fault. But to say that you didn't get anything, you didn't learn anything. Well, you got enough to be able to get up on this daggone internet and whine and complain and call out your damn parents as ignorantly as possible. They're the people that actually bore your ass and brought you the hell out here. So what is the problem? This is life. Deal with it. No. People like Chris just want to run around and accuse other people random stream because he ain't got shit else to do.
they're both middle children and have an older and younger sister. I don't know what that says about the baby boomer parenting though. But I know that a lot of millennials and Gen Z are over here complaining about the grandparents nowadays. I think the grandparents nowadays are Gen X, aren't they? And they're all pieces of shit fucking grandparents. By 2001, when my parents were like 23 and 26, they had 5 kids. Can you imagine having 5 kids and then a set of twins, me? And bitch, I'm the older sister too, so I was helping. I am the village, bitch. And now that like my grandmothers are dead and my mother is not active in our lives at all, she's still on drugs. My parents are both still fucking addicts, both still on their bullshit, both like in their 40s. My dad's about to be 50, but yeah, they're still on their same bullshit. And I'm over here.
Well, she might have a reason to be upset. At the same time, she didn't need to bring this to the damn internet. Talk about your own damn parents. That's a you problem. That's a you problem. That's your parents. They sucked. That ain't nobody else's fault but yours. but they have no problem with whining and complaining and blaming the whole generation, everybody else's fault. Oh, it's hard. I can't go to the Caribbean. I can't go to Dubai because I have to be responsible. That really is what it is.
You're still taking care of the family. My nieces and nephews, they're going to know me as that maternal older figure. It's going to be the auntie. I'm the auntie. It's auntie vibes over here. I'm running this shit. I'm matriarch over here, baby. So in terms of village, bitch, I am the village. That's also why I ain't having no kids, because, bitch, I don't have anybody. I don't have anybody. And you shouldn't be having kids with the thought of having somebody, because you should very well be able to take care of that kid by yourself. And yeah, if you're having 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 kids, you're not going to be able to give them the love and fucking attention that they fucking deserve. Totally understand the emphasis of a village, though, because humans thrive in community. We really do. That's how we were hunters and gatherers and shit like that, like way back then. Gen X is one of the...
Oh yeah, and she's so mature, but I know that that's who you want to listen to because that's your people. I get it. But as a Generation Xer, I could give a shit. You roll with the punches. So you're going to lead your whole life whining and complaining because of how things started in the beginning. Grow up. No, you don't like to hear that because all that stuff that made us who we are, they took away because they wanted to give y'all participation trophies. Now y'all think you're doing something because, oh my God, I won something. I didn't do anything, but I got a trophy, so I'm so happy. And it's been happening ever since. So you think just because you wake up in the morning, you've done something. Well, congratulations. Whatever happens, happens, and it's on you. Shout out to BT. Thank you so much for the super sticker. I appreciate you. Y'all hit the like button for me. Subscribe if you are new. Let's hear what another one.
And my mother is not...
So the other day I made 2 videos on both my pages talking about how Gen X is just horrible and they're just a terrible group of grandparents and how...
Oh yeah, I can't sit here and listen to 5 minutes.
Gen X are horrible grandparents. And I'm not saying...
let's get to the grandparents part. Oh, Gen X is horrible grandparents. Okay.
And it's just because it's like, oh, we stayed at our grandparents' house and our grandparents raised us because, my mama raised me, right? But I'm going to say there's a...
My mama raised me, right? Okay.
Common denominator with these new grandparents that are just not active in their grandchildren's life at.
Now you got to be active in your grandparents' lives according to these children. So now your children get to tell you that how often you need to be involved in their children's lives. Isn't that interesting?
Oh, I'm talking like the grandkids barely know them. And that's the biggest thing for me. It's like, I'm not looking for a babysitter, right?
They're absolutely looking for a babysitter. And not only a babysitter, a free babysitter. Trust me when I tell you, y'all remember the one video that we watched a while ago, but all they want is stuff for free. You should just want to watch your kids for the weekend while I go to Miami and be a whore. No, ma'am. No, sir.
I'm not looking for a full-time babysitter.
These people barely bring over enough clothes for those weekends, child. Trust me, I know. Now, or suddenly somebody is supposed to do stuff on your time frame. That's where that participation trophy comes in. No Child Left Behind stuff comes in because they think they run shit. And at the end of the day, they the ones out here whining and crying. You didn't do. Whatever you say. Keep whining. Keep crying. Don't that sound like that Dionne Warwick song?
For grandparents to stop their life for their grandkids, go live your life. But
thanks for your permission.
There's a time where it's like you don't want a relationship, like you don't want to take your grandkids out, you don't want to have them.
This is supposed to make someone feel guilty. I promise you. For me, it doesn't. Because isn't it interesting how they want to revert back to some traditions? To some traditions they want to go back to. Other traditions they want to ignore. Being whores, being single moms. But now all of a sudden it's like, oh, we need those grandparents from back in the day. You need to watch your grandkids. You need to not be a whore. You need to go get married. You need to go get a job. You need to go work. You need to take care of yourself. Oh, no. They don't want to hear none of that. I want to be an influencer. I want to be on TikTok. I want to be on Instagram and make money that way. Oh, okay, then go on and do that then. Child. I want to be on OF. Well, go on and do that then. Have a good time at it. But you're not being a grandparent, just like in the relationship stuff. When these young women are trying to tell men what they need to do after they've had 10 children and how you're supposed to take care of them and you're supposed to protect and provide and pay all the bills. And it's like, oh, so you're reverting back to tradition, but you don't want to be a traditional woman like your grandparents, but you want to get all the benefit? Nah, it don't work like that. Just like it don't work like this.
Spend the weekend with you. Like, this is not for the parents. This is not for me. This is for you. This is for your grandkids.
Oh, look at that. It's for, oh, ain't she nice? They're so nice. Y'all so good. You're so nice. Thinking about us? No.
This is for y'all to have a relationship. And I feel like that's the biggest part that is going to hurt them in the long run when it comes to the relationship that they have with their grandchildren. And it's honestly sad. And while they out living their life and partying and doing whatever they're doing, these kids is getting older. And these kids is not going to give a flying fuck in a minute. And then I see them on here, just no accountability, no care in the world. Well, we got a life too, blah, 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 blah. Like, yeah, whatever, okay. So when you get old, don't be calling your grandkids to come and try to wipe your butt and bring you some food. Because y'all not putting in the time to even build a bond with these children. But hey, I think y'all should start. Just a word of advice.
Who thinks that I would even ever take advice from one of these people? Like, why would we need advice from ya? Why would we, like, she's really trying to use the guilt train here. You better start now. No, I'll do what I want to do whenever I want to do it. And I won't do it a minute sooner. And nothing that you're saying is making a difference. Okay. Because you decided to have those kids. You decided to lay down and take all that pleasure. So pleasurely raise your kids and don't worry about what the hell we doing. Because there's one comment says down here, it says, aren't they still working like us? Yeah, no one seems to take any of that into consideration. I didn't ask. See, there's some people who did. Okay, there's some people who said, I want grandkids. Give me some grandkids. I ain't never said that. All right, so y'all decided that you want to go out here and have some kids. Cool. Shout out to you. Shout out to y'all. Great job. But this one, the creator says, what does working have to do with being present in your grandchild's life? Ain't that a bitch? The original comment is, aren't they still working like us? The creator says, what does working have to do with being present in your grandchildren's life? I'm really convinced y'all didn't listen to the video and just commented. So she can work, but when Generation X works, it doesn't matter. See, selfish, like I said. They're not thinking about nobody but themselves. And this little, you're going to feel bad later to try to make it seem like you're going to regret something. I promise you I won't. No, you're going to regret it. You're going to regret having kids before you were ready. And then you'll have a struggle-ass life when I know daggone well that you were told that you don't need to have kids until you are married, you got a home, and you can bring them in there and be self-sufficient. No, you all wanted to go out here and fuck. And now you're sitting up here whining and complaining because the results of your fucking have come back to roost. And we don't give a damn. And it's not my job to raise your kids. And when I feel like being bothered with them, I'll reach out. And if I don't, then I won't. It's okay. They know who I am. They call me regularly. Remember, I just told y'all yesterday, my granddaughter called me bro. That's the problem. Y'all ain't even raising them right. Sitting up here talking about, who do you think you're talking to? Girl, who do you think you're talking to? Who do you think you're talking to? Then when I lay down some discipline, y'all gonna get mad. Because I promise you, they don't like it when they come, they do, my children don't like it when they come over here and I be telling them not to put their hands on the wall. Y'all already know about that. Most of y'all anyway. Keep your hands off the wall. This is a custom painted home. Your parents are not going to pay me back. Hands off the wall. I ain't talking because it's my house. So if you don't like it, y'all can go. I'm okay with that. See, they don't like people that hold them accountable. They don't like rules. They don't like listening to anyone. So why is it that we would think, knowing that these people try to tell, specifically women, of course, specifically telling men what to do, get that person that you had that baby with to babysit your kids for the weekend. What is wrong with that? How come they never get on this TikTok and say that? If you're not in your child's life as the father, you're going to miss out. Child, go guilt trip that nigga because I don't care. I don't care. Anyway, shout out to y'all. I see you. I appreciate you. Hit the like button for me while we sit and listen to this wine fest of Generation Z. It's mostly Z, but Z's and millennials whine about the fact that you won't watch your grandkids.
I wish I could like this comment 1,000 times because this is the one. I'm side-eyeing a lot of parents and grandparents and generations before millennials. Now, I'm a millennial, and the generation before the millennials is Gen X. Generation X is pretty much our parents. And that is probably, and I'm not trying to offend anybody that's a Generation X person, but that is probably the worst generation in regards to giving out trauma, pushing out trauma, and not taking accountability for it. That's the
says the non-accountable generation, right? And I think that's more Z than millennials. But how about y'all go get some therapy then? Why would you continue at this big old age, because she ain't young, still get up on this internet blaming your damn parents? Why don't you go resolve and solve? Because these will be the people that be telling y'all, gentlemen, what you need to do and how you need to do it and how many times you need to do it. And it ain't good enough. And you're not doing enough. Am I lying? Just like random child, Lord, I can't see. Random girl K, thank you, hun. They should try having a husband before having They should try having a husband before having children. Women that want traditional family activity should have a traditional family. I promise you, and I agree with you, most of them don't. I'm telling you, most of them don't. And that's why they want their parents, their kids' grandparents, to take over where the husband should be doing it. But no, that's crazy talk. They don't want that tradition, y'all. They only want the tradition that they want, which is take care of my kids so that I can continue to whore. Yeah, save that and put it where? Back there. One True says millennials actually fail Gen Zs. Millennials don't know how to raise children. I would tend to agree. I got one in each generation. One on the high end of Z, one in the middle of millennials, and they're both pains in the asses. Trust me when I tell you. But I ignore it, child, because I don't care. They're no different than the rest. Trust me when I tell you, y'all, that my children are no different than the rest. But what I'm not going to do is feel guilty about some shit because they don't even care. Just like I said with the comment with the person talking about we still work. Y'all, I go to work. Y'all know I work from home. I work here. I work that. I do this. I can't do YouTube. My daughter wanted me one time recently to take two of my grandchildren, okay, and watch them from like a Wednesday to a Saturday, right? And I'm like, how am I going to get to the gym? I go to the gym at 5. What am I? So I'm supposed to give up my life for you so that you can go on vacation for what? Is it your honeymoon, child? Is it a anniversary cruise or something? Like what are you doing? Yeah, I'm thinking that I'm not going to change my life for you. So then I get to miss out on going to the gym for 4 days while you go do what you want to do. And then I got to tend to them while I'm working at home. Okay. That don't sound like it makes sense. That sounds pretty selfish to me.
Reason why you see now, like in 2025, people are not putting up with that anymore. People are not accepting what they're giving out anymore. So you see a lot of millennials have actually went no contact with their Gen X parents.
Don't worry, they're fine with that. Trust me when I tell you.
Because that generation, like I said, they passed out trauma like it was candy, and they refuse to put in the work to resolve those issues, to heal those traumas. Instead of them doing that, they will tell you, I don't know if you've heard this before, just get over it. Oh, that's just the way.
What's the trauma? Name the trauma. Like, you can play these words when you're dealing with these dudes and your relationships and stuff. I want you to name the trauma. I just want them to name the trauma. Don't just be saying trauma. No, name it. What is it?
That I am. And a lot of them are set in their ways, and they are literally going to be like that until the day they take their last breath.
Being about 40s, 50s, or 50s to 60s, you are correct, ma'am. So name the trauma.
I have had so many experiences with Generation X people in my family, and people that I've been around that are so, I don't know if the right word is delusional. I don't know what the right word is, but their mind is so closed off to the fact that they are the reason why a lot of their children are hurting.
We're the reason why a lot of our children are hurting. She still ain't named what the trauma is.
They're the reason why a lot of their children are in therapy. They're the reason why a lot of their children want nothing to do with them.
So they're in therapy. They want nothing to do with them. Still haven't named what the hell it is that they did.
Because they put the trauma out. And not only that, they refuse to take accountability.
Refuse to take accountability. Still ain't named shit.
For a lot of them, there's no reasoning with them. They are set in their ways. They don't care, and they're gonna be like that forever. And the best way to deal with somebody like that, because there are some Generation X people that they're opening up their eyes. They're starting to see, okay, well, maybe I wasn't the best parent. Maybe I did do this. Maybe I did do that.
Maybe that is true, but imagine being 30 something, pushing 40, whining on the internet about your parents instead of getting the therapy that you needed, or going to talk to someone, a psychiatrist, psychologist, a doctor, getting some medicine. Just sit here and keep saying, oh my God, they caused us all this trauma. They caused us all this trauma, and ain't named the trauma yet.
You could, work with them. But there are people that literally are closed-minded. It's literally like a brick wall, and you're just you're never going to get through. The best thing you can do is just don't talk to them anymore. I don't know how I feel.
So not talking to them anymore is really going to resolve and solve things. So this is, again, people who expect everyone else to change, but they don't. It's no different in the relationships. Am I lying? What do they say? These are people that go and have kids, and I'm not talking about her in particular. They go out here, they make these decisions, and then all of a sudden it's their parents' fault. Oh, and you won't talk to me. You caused me all this trauma. Refusing to name said trauma. And because you don't do what they want you to do, you're the problem. Take it over to men. Oh my God, he left me. You all suck. He got me pregnant. He left. You all suck. Men ain't ish. Men this, men that. We want men, though, to pay all the bills. We want you men to pay all the bills, but you suck. You ain't ish. We don't like you. You cause us all this trauma. And still dealing with men, but she telling you not to talk to your parents. Trust me, we're not upset. Trust me when I tell you we're not upset. There's more important things going on in life because we all got issues than to be worrying about your stomping your feet and acting like a child. Because that's what this is. These people just stomping their feet and acting like a child, thinking that somebody's supposed to come and run to them. Oh, poor baby, are you okay? Nah, sis, grow up. You talking about somebody not taking accountability? You still ain't named what the hell the trauma is and what they did to you. Just be saying shit.
About going no contact, but sometimes it's necessary, especially when you're hurting and you're trying to get answers and you're trying to resolve, certain things, and they just won't do it. Then those type of people you do need to cut off and stay away from.
Dear Gen X, did you think you were safe? Boomers at least didn't raise their kids with financial expectations. Gen X expected their kids to start paying rent the minute they got a job at 16. Boomers still bought your first.
I don't know about that. That ain't something that I've heard before, that you started making your kids pay rent. Typically what it is, I don't know what she's talking about. I mean, she up here with a green frog on her head, but typically it was they're not giving us money. Our parents did not give us money. So we had to go earn it. These people don't know nothing like that. We had to go get a job. I've had a job since I was 14 years old. We had to go work. These people don't want to work. So somebody made them pay rent. Listen, that's a you problem. Go talk to your parents. At least she gave an example of something. Child, go talk to your parents about that. And if you're still upset about that, go get some therapy.
Car, and Gen X told us that we had to buy our own from our own paychecks, or sometimes they would match us halfway. Boomers.
How about that being horrible? How about that being a horrible thing? You actually have to put some work in. I'm telling you, that's who these people are today. They are entitled brats, and they are mad because they want everything for free. They are the laziest of the lazy.
with the expectation that when you grew old, you were going to take care of them. Gen X told you their responsibility ended at 18. Boomers still believed in blue collar and art. Gen X told us they weren't paying for some bullshit art degree. Boomers were...
Oh, we not paying for no bullshit art degree? You can go get whatever degree you want to, but you thought that your parents were supposed to pay for it. That's the real problem.
Proud to work with their hands. Gen X told you that was dirty work. They said robots were going to replace everything. Boomers may not have left you everything, but they did help you put down your down payment on your first home.
Any of y'all get help with your first down payment on your home? A lot of assumptions around here. Did any of you Generation Xers have your baby boomer parents give you money to buy a home? Because what we did was, so the real free stuff, they don't want to do. So you go on down there to your local, I don't even know what it is. And then you say, I want to buy a house and I need help with a down payment. They say, all right, you got to take this class and then you're going to have this loan and we'll give it to you. And as long as you stay in the house for 10 years, it's gone. Or when you sell it, you have to pay it back. Exactly. They just out here making shit up. But she white, so maybe, no shade, y'all. But maybe that's the difference with them. Yeah, they got it in the mud. They don't want it. Ain't no mud for these people. It's straight up, you need to give. So they have this delusion. And instead of talking to people, like, again, not talking about onesies, twosies, but for the most part, it wasn't nobody giving up nothing. 3%. Guess what? You're going to have to come to the table with about maybe $5,000, but those programs will give you everything. But because these people don't want to listen, they don't know this. It's called a first-time home buyer. But they would rather sit up here and say, oh my God, you didn't give me money when your parents gave you money. So they acknowledge the difference in the times, but they don't see it when it comes to us. Isn't that interesting? We're living in the worst economic crisis ever. When? Goodbye.
Gen X told us, go spend $100K on your degree and figure it out. Boomers respected family traditions and gatherings.
What does one have to do with the other? And no, I'm not signing for you to go get a degree. No, I'm not, because no one signed for me. So why would I sign for you? You want to spend money? We played the game of life. Y'all know about the game of life? We played the game of life. You start out with debt if you go to college, or you start out with no debt and you can start working. And these are the lanes for your life. We played that game a lot of times. So if you want to go spend $100,000, feel free. I'm not co-signing that shit, and I didn't, and I wouldn't.
X said what gatherings? Boomers raised all their kids.
Well, they don't like the gatherings that we had. They just want the tradition. Remember the tradition back when the grandparents absolutely had Thanksgiving and Christmas and Easter, 4th of July? Well, why don't they do it? I guess that's not an option, right? Why don't they do it since they're so upset and they're too busy looking back in the traditional times that they only want to pick and choose the traditions that they want? Yes, because we was playing board games. What do these people do? Get on the internet and whine and complain. Get on the internet and whine and complain. Shout out to BT. He said this is the worst economy ever, but also the easiest time to make money. That's not true. That's not true. Our parents are the worst. Okay. You definitely ain't getting out here carrying on like this.
And hated them equally. Gen X picked a favorite and enabled them. Gen X created the first daughter drama. Because although their parents helped them with their kids, they told us, the children, to take care of their kids. Now they'll help us with ours. But what drives me absolutely insane about boomer parents versus Gen X parents is that boomers still help their kids throughout their life. They still gave them a leg up.
Help your kids throughout your life. Is that not exactly what I've been saying? When do you ever have any shame where you just do it on your own and you're not expecting someone to give you something? I'm telling you, it's selfishness. Shout out to Monopoly and Uno and Trouble and Hungry Hippo and the game of Sorry. All the games. These people don't know none of these games. These people don't know none of these games. What games you think that they playing? Selfish ass be on TikTok whining and complaining about some shit, some traditional shit that they want, and then turn around and then complain about the results and then start blaming their parents.
Gen X said, I was codependent on my parents financially, so I don't want you to be codependent on me financially, so therefore they adopted the bird's nest theory. You know, where they just throw us out of the nest and hope we survive. And that's why both boomers and Gen X are getting the same treatment. Did you know you have 5 minutes to roll call at the nursing home?
Who is dependent on these people anyway? Who dependent on these people anyway? Child, these people over here with nose rings, pink hair, orange hair. Child, you barely living. How the hell you gonna help me? How? You won't. Exactly. Cry me a river, because that's all that's going on right here. They think that this stuff is gonna make a difference. Child, please. We didn't seen enough and heard enough and been through enough that none of this from you lazy asses makes a difference. And y'all know I've been saying, for those that are regulars, you know I've been saying this for forever. They're just lazy. They just want stuff for free. They want people to take care of them. They don't want to grow up. They don't want to be adults. They think that they should be able to do whatever they want to do, and then other people are supposed to take care of their needs.
X is by far the worst generation of fucking parents ever.
Gargoyle alert.
Well, I'm guessing he didn't get the business end of a Hot Wheels racing track often enough.
Y'all not finna tell me.
I'm sorry, what?
Y'all not finna tell me.
Yeah, slowing it down didn't help.
That Gen X is such great people.
Wait, are we bad parents or bad people?
Such great role models.
Bad role models.
Y'all the reason that literally the baby boomers are doing what the fuck they're doing.
Hold on a second,
What are they
bullring
doing?
Billy. I thought we were supposed to be horrible parents. What does any of this have to do with the baby boomers?
Because y'all could not step up and tell y'all older siblings or your older cousins that they need to pipe down and they need to fix themselves and not holding them accountable.
So not holding an older generation accountable somehow makes us horrible parents. Dude, how far up did that piercing go?
Because you were like, oh, you gotta respect your elders.
Yeah, clearly that's not a thing anymore.
Like, look at how y'all raised the millennials.
Yeah, a lot of us didn't raise the millennials. Those boomers you're so fond of, they raised the millennials.
The rest of y'all that didn't have kids early, but had kids appropriately, so basically y'all would be the Gen Z's parents.
Yeah, now that we gotta own. Somehow, some way, one of us is responsible for you. Not me, thank God. But it was one of us.
Yeah. You see the colored hair. Shout out to whoever sent the jewels. I missed it. I apologize. Thank you so much. The bull ring, the colored hair, the ABC, LTM, ABCDism, falling right into the trap to be cool, to be part of, or whatever the hell it is that you want to call it. Talking all this nonsense all over the place. Exactly. Child, these people.
The generation, your generation before you, your quote unquote boomer parents are narcissists. They have
Child, now everybody's a narcissist.
been getting money, getting rich for decades. And if you have a story similar to mine where your parents where your parent or
Why is she talking so slow?
or whoever strategically held money, funds from you, going
How dare you hold funds to save for the future? How dare an adult save money for the future and not just give it to these people, child? How dare someone do that?
or maybe you just didn't have like certain basic necessities. Yes, they are the boomer parents, the Gen X, are narcissists. And they know that their time is coming to an end where they profit off of you and where they have all these secret funds in the bank account.
So we profited off of kids. The most expensive thing that you could have in the world, but we profited off of them?
They've spent decades, 20 years plus, living a lavish lifestyle, and that's about to come to an end. The generation, your generation.
I feel like people who raised children in the 90s We're the worst generation of parents.
Oh, hey, sorry. I'm over here just not giving a fuck.
They're the most selfish. They're the most.
Shout out to him. Thank you, Trey. Woo! Lord help your people. Sunday Jules, I like it. They just another gargoyle alert, y'all.
Boomers get a lot.
My bad.
I feel like people who raised children in the 90s were the worst generation of parents.
Oh, hey, sorry. I'm over here just not giving a fuck.
They're the most selfish. They're the most traumatizing. Like, I just feel like they're the worst.
Listen, you can only make that claim because you weren't raised by boomers and silent generation. We grew up with the keep crying and I'm going to give you something to cry about generation.
Who's ever heard that before? Bueller?
You guys grew up bitching about not getting the next generation iPhone. We grew up complaining about not getting breakfast.
And
I can relate to both. I'm not going to act like we were starving because that's not the case. Living with my grandmother, she always made a meal. Every morning, my grandmother cooked breakfast. Let me say cooked breakfast, right? My mother busted out Pop-Tarts. Cool. My mother busted out Pop-Tarts. Yo, thinking about it now, y'all. My mother did not get up and make breakfast, child. Maybe on a Sunday. During the week, child, you better get some Cheerios. We didn't even have good cereal. What cereal did y'all have? We could have Fruit Loops and Cheerios, which I hated, and Frosted Flakes. That really are the only three cereals that we was having. It wasn't no Lucky Charms. It wasn't no Captain Crunchberry once in a while. And because it would go so quickly because that's the cereal that we liked, me and my sister. If we got Captain Crunch, it would be gone in 2 days and she got pissed about it, so she wouldn't buy it. So just sit up here, not puffed wheat, exactly. Sugar Smacks, though, those were so good because it went so fast because all we would do was eat cereal. She got mad and said, I'm not going to keep buying this. So she just bought the shit that we didn't like. So then it just sat there. It's like, okay. So that's how we didn't eat. That's too funny.
Were raised by largely baby boomers who were pretty much neglectful because, like, you know, the 70s, the 80s, that kid gonna be all right outside.
Yeah, that's the PG version. The director's cut, a little above your pay grade.
But then they went and had kids. And it's, why do I have to do anything for you? Why do I have to do anything to help support you in a growing different world?
Now, you see, I think that's just a matter of perspective because we see it. You guys start talking about maybe entering adulthood around the time you're 18. By the time we were 18, we were waving goodbye at our parents like we were fucking Leonardo DiCaprio watching Rose fucking sail away on the door.
Why the fuck do I have to even raise you? You owe me a favor. Like, just the worst parents. I feel like I know very few people with great parents.
The entitlement coming off of your generation. Listen, if you had to live 1 week as a Gen Xer back in the day, you would never survive. There were no participation trophies when we grew up. There was no pat on the back and an attaboy for giving it a shot. You either fucking won or you lost. You got stuff done because it had to be done. Our parents were absent if we were lucky, neglectful if we were really lucky, abusive if we were average Gen X kids. Sorry, not sorry, you had it so rough. Yeah, we don't really give a shit. We're the generation that doesn't care about stuff, so you know what I mean. Listen, check back with me in about 20 years. I can't wait to hear what a bang-up job you did from your kids. Thanks, Gen X, for sticking around to the end of this video. If you know, you know. These kids are never going to understand.
Never.
Maybe they should be grateful that they don't. I love you guys. Subscribe. Go fucking get it.
Boomers get a lot of flack, but I think we're not giving enough smoke to Gen Xers.
Happy Friday, Gen X. Friday usually marks the end of a work week. Well, the end of a work week for some. And what better way to celebrate the end of a work week but listening to another Gen Z say that everything in their world is our fucking problem.
They are
no accountability, exactly.
The worst parents.
Big fucking surprise. Gen X, once again, we're the worst parents. We're the worst parents in the world. You know,
I will never forget my mom saying this to me. I hope you have a daughter that is just like you so that you can understand how difficult you are. I'm a 59-year-old Gen X mom, and I grew up with what I like to call a present but absent mom. And that's a mom that never read to me, played with me. She had zero emotional attunement with me. I'm talking any of life's big moments, little moments. She just was not there to guide me, had no interest.
Wait, You're 59 and then you're out here complaining?
Interest in guiding me or teaching me. I was pretty much feral and on my own to learn anything. And this is actually quite a common occurrence with a lot of Gen X kids and their parents. When my mom said that she hoped that I had a daughter just like me, she didn't say that in a joking way. She said that with a very hateful voice, usually right after I started calling out things that just weren't okay that she would be saying or doing, not disrespectfully, just kind of refusing to pretend anymore. She would say things that might be racist, and I just didn't have the same experience or agree with her at all. She would say things about my sister that were just not accurate or that were mean. She would speak poorly of the school activities I might be involved in, things.
All right, I'm not about to sit here and listen to her whine. Girl, go on somewhere, because you sounding crazy like these damn Z's and Y's. I'm gonna just say lower end Y's. Shout out to Trey. Thank you so much, honey. I appreciate you. He said my grandmother's birthday was yesterday. Shout out to Grandma, Granny, G-Ma. We all have different names. We were able to call my great grandmother by her first name. Everybody called her Kathy, which was her short for her whole name, Catherine. And then my mother's mother, I called her Granny. That's what my kids called her. And then my kids call me Gigi. It's different names for everybody. Happy birthday to your grandmother. Happy belated. And she is a boomer. And I couldn't say her name, only grandma, or say words that sound like a cuss. That sound like a cuss word. And she never told us her age. So I don't even know how old she turned yesterday. That's too funny because I don't know either. I don't know none of their ages, honestly, from my family from back in the day. Yo, but you know what? They all look so much older than they actually were. Why did, like Victor Newman, for example, if you know, you know. Victor Newman looked older back then than he does now, and clearly he's older now. Child, how old was he when he started? We didn't even care about nobody's age, honestly. Wasn't nobody thinking about nobody's age because we was minding the business that paid us, because we was told to mind our business that paid us, right? These people jumping in on ish and not minding the business that pays them. Woo, Lord help your people. Girl, you look crazy. Get off the internet.
Listen to my theory on what I think Gen X did to mess up parenting. My name is Kim Minch. I'm a mom of 5 adults and a certified parent coach who works with parents of 18 to 25-year-olds every day. In my opinion, we grew up with parents who didn't know that validating our feelings was important.
Validating our feelings. Girl. Validating our feelings is important. That's why these kids is acting like this.
Didn't know how to do that because previous generations to that didn't care either.
Well, child, also our great-grandparents was living through Jim Crow and the end of slavery and stuff like that. But child, forget all that. Forget all that, right? Child, come on. I mean, I know she white, right? So she don't know. So I'm a toss that in there. And then lest we not forget about the government stepping in, feminism stepping in. Then these heifers want to sit up here and say, I don't need a man. And then you know what that turned out. I'm just talking, shout out to anybody else that's here, but I'm talking about the black version because I'm black. Let's not forget all that. That don't matter, child. That don't matter. We wasn't validating feelings, child. We have more important things to be worried about.
And as a result, when we started having kids, when Gen X started having kids, we overcompensated trying to give our kids what we didn't have. Emotional connection.
Emotional connection. Validation of our kids feeling, fuck them kids. Here's the validation of your feelings. You don't always win, and you need to get out there and you need to try, because ain't nobody coming to save you. I would suggest you go ahead and get married before you have kids. I actually said don't have sex before you're married. Child, that didn't work, but I said it. I said it, okay? I tried, y'all. I tried.
Validation of their feelings. But we went too far. We became too empathetic to a place where we didn't set boundaries with our kids because it might have hurt their feelings.
Oh, okay. So this is from the white people version. Shout out to the white people. This is what y'all people did. This is what your parents did. Was she talking about? Because, yeah, there wasn't none of that for black people. I'm telling you.
Or they might have an angry outburst. We were uncomfortable with our kids' big feelings. Therefore, we tiptoe around it to make sure that they don't have them. This has been a disservice.
I wish the fuck I would have tiptoed around their feelings. I don't give a damn about your feelings. You know what I said. Do what I say when I say it. That's it. That's all. Oh, you don't like it? Oh, you don't like it? Where you going, child? I don't care if you like it. It is what it is because you don't pay no bills up in here. How many people heard that? You don't pay no bills up in here. Who are you talking to? Who are you talking to? You better lower that tone. You better change that tone. Child, I didn't heard it all. She over here talking about we didn't validate their feelings. Girl, shut up.
We need to correct this. You can validate and see your kids for who they are, which is important. Respect your kids for who they are, which is important, but not have to acquiesce and tiptoe around and not set boundaries with them. There has to be boundary setting. And when it comes to parents of young adults, it's not setting boundaries around your young adult's behavior. It's setting personal boundaries for yourself.
Shout out to her in this mess. Oh, girl, fix your face, child. Shut the door. You letting the heat in? These people don't know nothing like that. I'm telling you.
We studied in 2026 is older generational parents having sympathy or feeling bad that they're older Gen Z kids, whether they're sons, daughters, or non-binary children, or even the younger Gen Zs. It needs to be studied.
LTM.
Why, when we leave home and we block y'all and everything and we stop talking to y'all, why then y'all want to become sympathetic? Y'all.
So you all do know that you saying that you don't want to talk to us does not bother us. You all out here talking about, we just don't want to talk to you. We just don't talk to you. That does not bother us. Let me tell you why. Because whenever you came to say something, it is always because you wanted something, you expected something, or you're complaining about something. Because y'all don't ever come and just say, hey, how you doing? How are things going? It's never a conversation like that. It's this is what happened. Oh my God. Can I borrow some money? Can you watch the kids? I'm going away. Can you pick them up? Can you go get such and such from school? Can you go take such and such to school? Can you go and wait at the bus stop with such and such because I got to go do this and I got to go do that? It's never a, hey, how you doing? How's it going? Okay, cool. Just wanted to check on you. Nice talking to you. Love you. So now you're not calling to say all those things and you think we upset? Child, you think we upset? Shit. Y'all don't know your parents.
Don't give a fuck about the actions in which you're perpetuating against your kids when it's being done towards your children. But then when your kids leave, you now feel some form of regret. Why you feel regretful? Because you didn't feel regretful when it happened, and you still don't feel regretful now. So how can you, in this instance, feel bad when you were perpetuating harmful rhetoric towards your children? It makes no sense. When needs to be.
Child, you make no sense. This comment is right here saying, I was arguing with my dad when I went to Africa and I was venting to my mom and I seen she had sent the screenshots that I sent her when I was venting about my dad to my sister, and I confronted her and she lied and tried to gaslight me as if I literally didn't see the text messages between her and my sister. My sister even told me she sent them to her. Okay, well, your mom is a punk because I would have told you. Yeah, and I did. So what you gonna do? Because I've done that too. I've absolutely done that. Child, if you don't do something about your child, I'm a herder. You do something about your child because y'all don't know how to show no damn respect because you think that because you're out there that you can be disrespectful. And this is why you have trouble with relationships because you want to do what you want to do. You want to do what you want to do the way that you want to do it. And then everybody's supposed to acquiesce to you based off of what that last white woman said. Because you think everybody's supposed to care about your feelings and they don't. That's why when people come through and be saying stuff like, because people think I'm a Trump supporter and they say, he don't even like you. And then I got to say, I don't give a damn. I said, I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn who likes me and who don't like me. Y'all concerned with who likes you and who don't. And if that means that I am, what are they saying, narcissistic or uncaring or unfeeling, call it what you want to. I don't have time to be worried about the world and whether they like me or not. I don't care. I don't care if y'all don't like me. I don't care. You could be my kid. You could be my grandkid. I could care less. I have more important things to be concerned with, to do, and to be worried about than be worried about your feelings or how you feel about me. Grow up. Maybe you should change because you say no one tells you, so somebody tells you you don't want to listen. Why don't you change up the way that you view things and just go live your damn life and stop worrying about everybody else? That's why y'all be on this computer running off at the mouth trying to tell everybody your business. And then when someone talks about the business that you put out there, you get mad. Well, guess what? If you didn't put it out here, we wouldn't know. You want someone to know? You just want someone to like you and empathize and whine and support you. And we don't, because we do not care.
I feel like Gen X probably got to make the worst parents. They absolutely have to make the worst parents, because the fact that that child was able to post on TikTok, "I hate my mother," and the post go viral before the mom actually catches it, insane. But I could already tell between the lip filler, veneer, BBL combo, and then and the wigs, I was like, oh, I could already tell. I could already tell this woman is more concerned with being out and in the club or being with the rich niggas than probably take care of her kids. Like, she probably thought, oh, if I kick it with the rich niggas long enough, I could actually come back to spending more time with my kids after I'm done with them. Like, the fact,
child, this sounds like it's personal, because child, last thing in life that I ever wanted to do is be hanging out. I mean, I'm not saying I haven't, but hanging out in no club, shit, y'all can hang out in them clubs because people is crazy.
That she knows how to work Photoshop but doesn't know how to turn on the post notifications for her son. I'm sure she's probably smart enough and as much of an investigator to try to find out where a rich nigga's at, but not smart enough to know how to track her son's social media use. When he said, "I hate you," I know he had to include the fact that she be having
It's interesting that there's a lot of LTMs that got shit to say.
Take it online too. I know he gotta hate that. And I know y'all probably gonna be like, "Oh no, just give her some grace, give her some." I had an active mother. When I tell you, an active mother, you can't get shit past them. Like, even if my mother felt like she was slacking, she would have caught me sending the post before the post even got sent, because she's still active. But when you're not active, something like that can go literally viral because you do not pay attention. And not knowing what your kid posts to the internet is super negligent. Yes.
That would be Generation Z right now and their kids, or lower end millennials. LTM is a low testosterone male. So ABCD or or
we bring in the studio this morning one of the gay rights activists, Mr. Should I call you Mr? Pepe Julian Onzima. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you for
Good morning.
Morning to you.
Why are you gay?
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
or like that.
So my video that I made talking about like Gen X's grandparents as a collective, they fucking stink. I guess it's going viral.
Yeah, I'm not about to listen to 5 minutes of you.
This morning, I was on the phone with my narcissistic ass parents, and we were arguing about something. And I told them, I was like, I don't like you guys very much right now. You're being mean. And they were like,
imagine a grown person talking about, you're being mean. You're being mean. You're being mean to me. You are out here, it looked like in your own apartment, calling your parents, talking about, you're being mean.
well, we don't like you at all. And we've never liked you. I think I picked up on that when I was 8, actually. So thanks. I've always known that. I just like have to take the power away from them and be like, y'all are just two people that banged, and now I exist. Like
it could quite possibly be that, because that's what you all are doing. Two people that just bang and a kid comes and y'all don't take care of them. And that's why they out here in the world, school shooting up and wilding out like they in a GTA game. But ignore all that, right?
high key, y'all suck. y'all should go to therapy. Y'all should have been in therapy. But they're the kind of people that refuse to go to therapy, even though they have health insurance.
Says the person that's saying, you're mean, as a grown person looking like she late 20s. You're mean, talking about somebody else, talking about her parents need to go to therapy. She don't know what they have done. They probably went to therapy for other reasons. She just wants it to be about her because it's about me. You're mean. That's something I expect my grandkids to say. Gigi, you're being mean. Okay. Now what? Nothing. Child, you sound like a child. You sound like a baby.
I don't have good health insurance. And
So you're jealous that your parents have good health insurance. Child, you can't make it up.
I still try to make my way to therapy because of them. Anyways, sitting there, they're yelling at me, telling me that they don't like me, whatever. Me, at first, I take it personal. I get sad. I internalize it. I feel guilt and shame.
Didn't you start by saying that she didn't like them? I mean, isn't that interesting? This is explaining why, because it's a lot of women, of course. Women and LTMs, because that's what TikTok is full of course. But these are the people that have problems in relationships and they don't understand why. And we can see why. If it's not about them, they're not trying to hear it.
Feelings I felt in my childhood and stuff from when they raised me really badly, raised me awful parents, shouldn't have had kids. Anyways, then I flipped the script and I was like, wait, y'all don't like me. I don't like you. Y'all are not good people. Y'all kind of suck, actually. I don't think if we were blood related that I would really even want anything to do with y'all. So you don't like me, I don't like you. Like, having narcissistic parents is actually crazy because you're not going to get your supply here. Go somewhere else. I'm an adult now. Bye.
Gen X boomers are not really as phased by their adult children going no contact as I thought. And it's almost...
Say it, child. I'm telling you, these people are so... They're the actual narcissists at the end of the day. One of the most overused words ever. But they're actually the narcissists talking about, you don't like me. You're being mean to me. Just sounding childish. These people are out here raising people.
It's like they didn't want us in the...
You almost had it, baby. It's not that they almost didn't want us. They did it.
Child, how old are you?
When you look at some of the things that Gen X and boomer parents do to their children, you can absolutely tell they did not want their children. The way that my mom comfortably told me the reason she didn't look for me for 6 consecutive weeks after I ran away at 17 was because she was relieved I was gone. I know, I should have cut her off then. But listen.
You ran away. You ran away. So she tried to manipulate her mother and run away. And because her mother didn't fall for the bullshit, now she's talking about, I should have cut her off then. Yeah, you were gone. You should have stayed gone. What are we talking about? Did you come back?
There were so many signs, before trying to help my ex get full custody of my son. There were so many signs before that where I should have just known my mom did not.
So your ex was trying to get full custody? Okay.
I want anything to do with me. The way she would never allow me to really get my hair done because she wanted me to go to school. So
she wouldn't allow you to get your hair done.
Feel less than. The way that she would take all of my clothes, all of my really, really nice clothes. And
where did you get all those really, really nice clothes from, ma'am?
And go to the thrift store and buy the ugliest clothes possible. So that way I can go to school looking a hot mess. All because, matter of fact, I ain't even gonna say why, because you boomers and Gen X.
We're not gonna say why. Now let me go ahead and say this is probably what happened. You were being a bitch, okay? And your mom had bought you all these nice clothes, because notice she didn't say, the question is, where did the clothes come from? If you had all these nice clothes, where'd they come from, girl? Did they fall out of the sky? Did Santa Claus bring them to you? Did the Easter Bunny send it to you? So you were being a bitch. And what Generation X does is teach you fucking lessons And then now all of a sudden you don't want to tell us? I bet you don't, because you did something. And when you ran away, first of all, she probably knew where you were, first of all, most importantly. Or you were being such a bitch that she said, yeah, well, you about 18 anyway, child. You want to leave, go on and leave. What? You're fooling you fooling these other people, but girl, she looked like she in the age category of Generation X. Child, this woman, I ain't gonna say nothing. I'm gonna be nice right now. But she definitely ain't in her 20s. And I'm thinking she pushing 40 if she ain't 40 some odd years old.
Up here going to try to justify it. I don't care what the reason is. There's no reason to justify why you intentionally want your child to look or a certain way or even take food from your child. Yes, I dealt with food insecurities for a few years because they used to take food away from me as a punishment. I'm not talking about, oh, you don't get dessert or you're not going to get your favorite meal. No, I get no meal at all. Okay. So
now you was being starved. Maybe she was trying to help you out because of course, remember if you were here for the live stream last night on live, the lady who was speaking to CGA said for all the women to do intermittent fasting so that they don't have to depend on a man. So maybe she was trying to help you out from the gate, set you up for something like that. Unless we not act like you couldn't stand to lose a pound or two. Now, I'm just joking, but going along with what she say, she don't want to give up all the information. How many times did you get a plate put in your face, y'all? Shout out to Generation X. How many times did you get a plate put in your face and you said you didn't want it and your mom said, I don't care, you won't get another thing until you eat it? Who can relate? You said, I'm not eating. You go to bed starving and the next morning, guess what was sitting there waiting for you? That same plate of food saying, you gonna eat this food, say I'm lying. Who can relate to that?
it's not almost as if they didn't want this. They did not. And that's why they really don't care that we're going no contact, because honestly, if we're going no contact, then they don't have to explain themselves.
Y'all said that we not explaining ourselves anyway, because we don't. Why would I explain myself to a child? I don't know. Who are these entitled people? Why would I explain myself to a child? Granted, you aren't necessarily a child age. You are a child of mine, and I don't have to explain a damn thing to you. You did not live in squalor. You did not live in the hood. You did not live amongst crackheads. You did not live in a place that was unsafe. You lived in some of the best places in the world. You got more opportunities than a little bit. You had a mother and a father in the home, and you still mad? That's a you problem, child. I don't know. These people want you to give them everything, take them everywhere. Don't say no. I did say once they got a job, you gonna pay for that cell phone, and they got mad. What I look like? You gonna learn some responsibility around here. There's probably people looking for their parents to pay their cell phones now. They're as old as this woman on the screen. You're a narcissist because somebody is trying to teach you how to live in the way that the world is, and now that the world is worlding, y'all turn around and think that you want to blame us when you was trying to be, when we was trying to teach y'all. So now you're over here talking about we live in the worst economy ever. You might live in the worst economy ever, but if you ever listen to what the hell it is that your parents said and what they told you to do, you probably could be better off. But what y'all would like to do is to continue to get this participation trophy and get everything that you want and think that you can do whatever you want and you don't want no responsibilities, especially after C-19. And then you saw how the government was giving you this, giving you that, and said you didn't have to pay any bills, and y'all was out here wilding, trying to buy crap that you didn't need, but you wanted because you thought this was going to go on forever, which is one of the main reasons why you voting for socialists now, because you think that we're going to go back to that time. We're never going back to that time. We're never going back to that time of C-19, so y'all need to get over it. You want it back so bad, but actually you were the people that were the problem because you said, I'm in the house bored in the house, and I'm in the house bored. I'm bored. And you wanted to get out of it. And now you're out of it. And here you are. And you're still complaining. You're not thankful. You're not grateful. You don't have to like your parents. It's okay. I'm okay with it. That's part of the thing of being parents. Everybody is all put upon. But let me tell you something. If you had a roof over your head and you had some heat, you had some electricity, you could have some daggone food. And you went to a decent school and you weren't bullied or anything like that, you had a great life. And if you don't recognize it and realize it, then that's fine. Especially since y'all out here talking about you can't afford the rent, you can't afford the eggs, you can't afford this. We could afford it. You know why? Because we was together. We were two people working together in order to raise you crumb snatchers. If you didn't have a two-parent household, then that's your fault. If you saw that you was raised by a single mother, then you went out here and became a single mother yourself, then you ain't learned no lessons. Y'all don't want to listen. You just want to do what you want to do. Somebody try to tell you, you ain't trying to hear it. Somebody try to advise you, you ain't trying to hear it. I know damn well enough of us was taught and told how to open a checking account and to write stuff down, how much you put in, how much you take out, and went through all those type of things. Not my fault that y'all don't want to have any responsibilities in school, and now your kids is coming out dumb as a box of rocks and they don't know how to read, and you not doing nothing with them because you think that everybody else is supposed to take care of your kids when it's your job at the end of the day. It's your responsibility at the end of the day. When we set down rules, which we set down rules, y'all hated them, you got mad, you stomped away. That's your problem. Y'all don't do that with your kids. You give them everything. That's why they come out here acting crazy when someone says no. That's why they wilding when you take away that phone or you take away that whatever gadget that y'all have. Because y'all too busy trying to be whores that you allow your kids to be in front of a tablet all the damn time. So then when you do try to instill something, it's too late because they're already addicted. Y'all don't even realize what you're doing to your own kids while you're sitting up here and worrying about what the hell happened to you. You are a whole ass adult already out here in this daggone world. No one is supposed to take care of you. We are not required to take care of you, especially if you're as old as this woman on damn screen. We can help you, but when do you return any type of favor? That don't mean money, but that means at minimum show some damn respect. Y'all don't know how to do that. I don't owe any of y'all any apologies. I don't owe any of my kids any apologies. None. I don't owe them anything. You go live your life the way that you want to. But it's interesting how when times get the toughest, you certainly know how to come back home to ask for some damn help, whether it's, I need to stay here for a while. I need some money. I need a down payment for. Can you take me out to eat? Can I come over to have dinner? All that be interesting. So yeah, if you decide that you want to be freaking cutting your parents off, I promise you they don't give a damn. I promise you, I don't give a damn.
I mean, it is what it is. I almost hate it for my mom and her husband because like they're missing out on a lot. They're missing out on a great kid that I have. They're on a lot. And
we're missing out on a great kid that she had, y'all. Oh no. We missing out, y'all.
That is of their own choice. All I pray is that my brothers find me, which is why I have not changed my number. That's all I pray is that my brothers somehow open the door and find me so that way I can talk to my brothers because that's all I care about.
Good for you. I'm glad you cared about something.
Parents were insane. They were so bad. So bad.
Child, how the hell old are you? How she talk? Child, she look like she look older than me. She talking about Gen X was so bad.
One girl fell off a balcony and her mom told her to go take a nap.
That's how it was.
How does that happen? I may have mentioned this, but it's too good. One kid got knocked unconscious on his bike and he woke up on the sofa to the parents saying, Doc says it's fine, you're fine. He was like, an over the phone diagnosis.
Shout out to Friend Zone Millionaire for that great point. That is a great point. Shout out to you, boo. Your parents are so horrible, but y'all complaining about them not having a relationship with your kids. Isn't that interesting? That is the point of the day, child. That is the point of the day. All this, I can't stand you. You ain't no good. What about your grandkids? You such a narcissist, and I can't stand you. You're gonna regret not having a relationship with your kids. Telling on themselves, child. Telling on themselves. She looked 58. Yeah, child, she look older than me.
How in the world did the doctor know? Girl fell off the bathroom counter and got a concussion. Her mother gave her coffee to drink and told her not to go to sleep. She was 7 and on her own for the rest of the night. I can't with these stories, Jerry.
Are y'all ready to talk about how we have to start holding these Gen X parents accountable?
So I have really big thoughts on Gen X parenting.
She definitely got some big thoughts.
Both of my parents are Gen X. One of them, my father, he's the last year of the boomer year, but essentially he was raised with Gen X. The one thing I will say Boomer parents were absolute hell. And so I find myself constantly giving grace and constantly trying to figure out who my grandparents were so that way I can understand my parents a little better. What I will say about Gen X, and I think it's the issue that we're having, they have gone through a lot. They are traumatized. Okay. A lot of them were latchkey kids. A lot of them were just completely left alone at the early.
I don't think that I'm traumatized by that. Gen X, are you traumatized by being latchkey kids? I'm not traumatized by that. You know when I was traumatized? Is when I lost the key or forgot the key, and then I got in trouble because I lost the key or forgot the key. I was not upset to come home and be by my damn self. I was not upset to come home and my mother wasn't there. These people, they don't even talk to their parents. Exactly. You think that I was upset that I was home by myself? I could watch TV. I could eat what I want to a little bit, because if I ate too much, then it would be a problem. Exactly. Okay, these people just be talking. They don't know what the hell they talking about. They just be talking.
Ages to just figure their lives out. I truly, like, I'm not even joking, I hold a very big space for them in my heart, because I can't imagine living through the crack, like all of these different things that they went through with parents that were just like, well, you're 18, get out, right? So I hold that space for them.
Now listen, there might be some people that had the 18 and get out, right? I was tossed out at 17, right? And it was traumatizing at the time. But imagine me being 55 right now and still worrying about what happened when I was 17 years old. Imagine me holding on to something. That's a waste of life. That's a waste of life. So these people want to sit up here and think that they're making someone feel guilty, wasting time and wasting their life.
But where I think we're having the issue is that they're still young enough to see us eye to eye as millennial children and choose healing and choose changing. And a lot of times they're not going to do it. That is our biggest issue, right? We can hold space for the fact that their childhoods were absolute shit.
Shout out to Albert. Shout out to Albert C. He's absolutely right. He's absolutely right. You either get a job, you go to college, or it's the military. That basically was the shtick, which is honestly what it should be. Like, what else should it be? There's some people that feel like their kids should be able to stay home forever. And I told my kids that they didn't have to leave, right? They could stay home, but they was going to pay some damn bills. And then that's when they said, oh no, they wanted to go anyway. Trust me, they wanted to go. Oh, I gotta go. You not heard me, because the rent amount that I was willing to charge was like $100. So they would rather go out there and pay $700 than to pay $100 because they didn't want to be around me. They didn't want to listen because they knew there would be rules. That's what it all comes down to, if you ask me. These people do not want to follow rules. They didn't want to follow rules, and they still don't. And then they think that, of course, somebody's supposed to come to their rescue. But imagine still being so traumatized all these years later, wasting life. They traumatized by this, they traumatized by that. And these are the people trying to tell somebody else about accountability and to go get help, and they refuse to get help for their damn selves. Woo! Shout out to RB, and I appreciate you, boo. He said, who the F is these grown-ass adults thinking their parents need any damn grace from them? I agree. When you are an adult, your parents owe you nothing. Absolutely nothing. That's not, they so badly want to be coddled. They so badly want to be said, oh, you're so perfect. You're such a baby. It's not your fault. No, it's all your fault. It's all your fault. Okay. Child, what did you get? Generation X. Did your parents coddle you? Did your parents say, oh, poor baby. You poor thing. I didn't.
And they deserved better from their parents. They deserved more love. They deserved more space to be free, all of those things. But y'all raised some millennial ass kids, and we're older, and we're trying not to pass these things on. So we're looking at you eye to eye saying, okay, I get it, but right now we need to grow. We need to change. And that's where there's like a lot of stubbornness, right? Some of that boomer raising comes in there.
All right, she's just talking, child. Trey said, have you seen the videos of people trying to read those sentences with big words? Barely big words, but yes. Yes. Because they're coming out of Philly, or they used to be coming straight out of Philly, right? Trying to enunciate words they don't comprehend. These people got more important things to be worried about the past. Either go get some help and figure it out, because again, I will say that we do not care that you're not talking to us. That leaves more money in our pocket and less stress about your bullshit. And if we want to see them damn grandkids, then we'll see them when we feel like it. If you want to keep them away from us, that's not a problem either. Because like this is what I always say. They're going to need us before we need them. They can sit here and try to wait. Now these people waiting around for us to think that we're going to come crawling to them if something should happen to us as we get older. Child, we working that out. Because when you have a significant other, you can help each other. Y'all don't believe in that tradition. Y'all believe in the new tradition of being whores and having kids randomly with no base, with no significant other, no husband, and think that everything that happens is then that man's fault. Just like you're blaming your parents' fault. Because this is mostly women and LTMs. Instead of listening, instead of learning, instead of taking the lessons, you would rather bask in your bullshit and blame. Cool. Shout out to y'all. You'll be in the same space a year from now, saying the same shit, whining the same shit, and your kids is going to have issues. It's called life. You figure it out. You work through it. You get over it. You get some help. You move on. Nope. Y'all want to bask in the ambience? Bask in the ambience, child. We have no empathy for ya. We have no sympathy for ya. And trust me when I tell you, there'll be plenty more of these, but I got to get to work, y'all. Good morning. Thank you so much for stopping by. Hopefully you subscribe if you're new. Hit the like button for me. Make sure you comment, share the daggone video. I see you all in